Hello, this is Nick from Prestman Auto doing a video walkthrough of our 2019 Golf. So what I'm going to do is we're going to walk all the way around. We're going to look for any dents, any scratches, any sort of blemishes here on the outside. Then we're going to go inside, go over some of the features, make sure everything's, working correctly. And then finally we'll pop the hood and evaluate just a little bit in the engine bay, just kind of for good measure. So first impressions, it is in need of a bath. So fair enough. That being said, normally you'd expect to see a little bit of rock chipping up here in the front, just because that's where it is. And oh, actually, never mind. That's just dirt. So never mind. I'm actually really impressed. There's really not a whole lot up here at all that I can see. So starting off really strong, but let's start going around and see if there's anything that we can find. If there is, I'll be sure to stop, zoom in, make sure you get a good visual so you know everything going on. So tires on here are in great condition. You actually got loads of life left in those, so that's awesome. Love that. So we can definitely get it cleaned up for you before you get here tomorrow. But for the purposes of now, it is what it is. Let's see, the rubber has a little bit of wear right in there. So nothing major, but good to know all the same. Looks like you have a small chip right in there. Nice, you got the floor mats up in here, and you can also drop the seats just with the lever here, rather than having to reach over and finagle it. So just pull the lever, drop it down, kind of cool. So anyway, and then everyone knows the coolest thing about Volkswagen, not the coolest thing, but one of my favorite things is you open the trunk just by pressing this in. That doesn't even matter that much. That's just really fun. Anyway, we'll keep moving. Alright, then you just got some schmutz you gotta clean off and stuff, so we can definitely take care of that part. Alright, well, as far as the exterior goes, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Nothing really major, no big dents or, whatever surprises. Pretty straightforward. But let's hop inside and see what we can find of the interior real quick. Alright, so first things first, let's turn it on. I'm going to keep the camera up here on the dash, so that way if there's any kind of, warning lights or anything weird popping up, you'll be the first to know. So let's check it out. All right, so it looks like we have 3 lights up. The first is the seatbelt light, which is correct. The second is the parking brake, which is also correct. And lastly, it looks like it needs an oil change. So all in all, pretty straightforward. As far as interior features go, you have a lot of them. So I'm gonna go a little bit fast just for the sake of time. Otherwise, this video will be forever. So, but starting off up here, you're going to have your heated seats, which are always a pleasure. Your basic stuff, obviously your AC works. So let's crank that up real quick. Beautiful, beautiful, and it does blow cold, so that's always nice. Make sure your audio's working. Oh, let's turn it off. Nice, actually have really good speakers in here. Your basic stuff, windows roll down, windows roll up. In terms of fun features, you do have the blind spot monitor in the window there in the corner, so that's pretty sweet. You're also gonna have a beautiful sunroof up top, which I'm a sucker for sunroof. I just enjoy them. I think they're really fun. So I like to play with them, maybe more than I should, so I won't touch it too much. I'm not gonna break your stuff, but very, very cool. You do have a couple different drive modes and a few things up here. So you have off-road, eco, normal, sport, and custom. So plenty of things to play with up there. Obviously you can connect your phone and on and on and on. So there's quite a few things to play with, but we're gonna keep moving. So as far as interior condition goes, it's honestly really good. I'm not seeing any rips, any dents, any tears, any stains, any discoloration, any, really anything. It's pretty nice. So I know I'm a salesman, so it's oh, everything's amazing, but it looks really good, to be completely honest with you. So anyway, we can go over stuff all day, but for the sake of time, let's pop the hood in the engine bay. We'll check that out real quick, and then that should be good for this video. So real quick, here's a really brief look around some of our lot. So what you can see here in the few rows is maybe, I don't know, like 20-30% of our cars. So we go down quite a ways past our building on that side, and then we have another building over there you can sort of see. But we've been in business for 34 years now. We sell more cars here than any independent dealer in the state, which you don't have to know that, right? Like, that's not like that important. But I do feel like it's nice to know a little bit about who we're working with. You know, we didn't just open up yesterday. Man, am I just dumb? Oh, there it is. All right, so the latch is right here on the top. So I was trying to move this by hand because I'm an idiot. Anyway, so as far as under the hood goes, so I don't know how mechanically inclined you are or aren't, but regardless of how much you know about cars, I always encourage everyone to at least take a look underneath the hood of the car. The reason being, even if you know nothing under here, you at least know what like neglect looks like. So some basic things, you look for acid buildup around the battery, you know, rust in any of the metal pieces. If there's like cobwebs and junk on it, right, that's not great. That being said, this looks awesome. Very, very well maintained. There's really not even dust on it. So good job, guys. Whoever had it before, well done. But yeah, if you are more mechanically inclined, then we can go into a little bit more detail, but we'll keep this video pretty user-friendly for now. Suffice to say, when you pop the hood of an engine bay, this is exactly what you want to see. So if you have any additional questions, or if there's anything you wanted to see that I missed before you come check it out tomorrow, just let me know. We're more than happy to show you anything on here. But for now, this is your new ride.